Hello YouTubers! Guys, so my name is Piotr Fessner if you don't know me, and I'm trying to run this right to repair thingy for the whole UK. That's a great stuff, please go and read. It's only 5 minutes of reading about. If you're slow will be 10, but what I want to say is we've got a Mac here, iMac 2010. I don't need this keyboard. That's my just spare keyboard and the spare mouse when I need to do some other stuff. You know, I just bought it like way back from AliExpress. So now what's wrong with this iMac? It's customers said that it's unable to boot in the normal mode. From what I remember, and I haven't done it for a long time, from what I remember, it's a problem with the hard drive. Okay, so we need to verify it if that's the case, and we will be able to start it in the safe mode. We will need to speak to the customer about the cost, how much is a hard drive, and I would recommend SSD. I would not recommend hard drive. And then what we could do is we could install new macOS. Okay, but first we need to verify if that's what customers said, that's true. So I'll go to book repair online, I will start the work, I'll unpause when I will do it. Okay, so let's move to undergoing work from new bookings. We've got it. And okay, hi, I have an old iMac 2010 that's been working well for me all these years, but one day the screen just stopped coming on when starting up the computer. I've tried PRAM and SMC restart and then tried to reinstall. The screen comes up when I do all these things, but nothing has worked to get the screen stop being black when trying to start the machine normal way. Is this something you could help me fix? And could you indicate what could be the potential problem and the associated cost to fix it? Yes. So the only problem will be if customer really attempted to reinstall this OS operating system and now there is no copy of the data, then it will be a problem. But what can we do? Let me plug in the cable. Okay, plug it in, and let's the fun begin. We get the proper sound. Okay. Okay, so what I can hear is a Mac sound, proper. I don't know if you heard it, probably you did. And I hear that it's a hard drive inside, not an SSD. So can see that it's loading here, so let's wait and let's see. But if that's the case, then we know that the hard drive is failing. Customers said that they would love to get a copy backup of the photos, but if the reinstallation was successful, then I'm not sure how many photos I will be able to recover. Okay, so it's loading really slow. Like for Mac, it should be done by now, or for Linux, Mac and Linux, you know, it should be done by now. Well, new Windowses are actually good as well with loading time, but yeah, all the Windowses are not. Okay. We have to wait, unfortunately. We can't speed it up in any way. So yeah, we can see that the computer have a working order apart from the hard drive. Okay, I don't hear any problems with the drive, it's just that it's taking its time. Like too long, yes, to load it. It's frozen at one point, so I assume then that will stop and that won't move. I don't know if that's even slowly moving, guys. You know what? I'll pause the video because I don't think it's moving. I think it will just stop where it is. And then we can see, you know, after a few minutes. If after a few minutes will be the same thing, I will ask customer if they want to invest money in this, because even if you will buy 240 gigabyte SanDisk from online, you need to spend 40 quid. Then if I'll reinstall the OS and will replace this hard drive, that will be at least 30 pounds. So at least 70 pounds customer has to pay, yes. And we really can't do it any cheaper, because I'll spend on this for, okay, we see the mouse is working, yeah, the pointer is working, yes. It's just that it's taking its time. But if the hard drive is faulty, you need to replace it. Then you need to test it, yes. Install OS X. I'm afraid that person has just, to set an installation to repair your disk utility, restore your computer from time machine background, perform tasks and utilities. Choose the option from the utilities menu. Exactly, that's what I would do. I would do disk utility, guys, and Apple image disk, it's present. Okay, yes, so we've got a 1 terabyte Western Digital Caviar hard drive here installed, and first aid and run. Okay, so we're running first aid now. That can take some time, depend if the hard drive is okay or will take time, but it's already incorrect block count for file dbwall already, so it should be 1562 instead of 781, yes, so that's already a problem, and that's no fun. So yes, and we need to wait. So I think I'll pause it. We'll pause it, and I will write to the customer that I just sit on it and on this problem, and if the customer want to install a new operating system, okay, then we can do it. I could try to copy this onto an external drive, and that's it. But if now I've got disks here with El Capitan and with other stuff, so I could check which operating system this one can take, and then we can determine, you know. But if customer will say no, don't bother, then it's no point to waste the time. But I already see there are issues with the hard drive, so yeah, I would say 10-year-old, like 12-year-old Mac has an issue with a hard drive. The first thing what we should do is replace the hard drive with an SSD drive. Oh yeah, okay, first process has failed. The possible backup data on this volume. If possible backup data on this volume, click down to continue. The system verify or repair failed. Check code is 8. Exactly, guys. So there is an issue with this hard drive and we can't do anything but replace the disk. Utilities, disk utilities, system information. I'm interested in iMac 9.1, but operating system or software applications. It should be somewhere here written which one it is. No, file extensions, frameworks, install logs. Okay, it's loading. It's just taking. I don't use I don't use Mac, but if I'm using, you know, sometimes I'm used to, you know, click, happening, like on my Linux here. Yes, click and happening. But here is loading. The problem with hard drive is obvious. Okay, applications, extensions. Okay, guys, so yeah, we can't do anything. Here should we start a disk, restart, OS about OS installer, services, yeah. So version 1.0. So we can't do anything apart from trying to replace the disk. System information, it doesn't show, it just iMac 9 model identifier, and we can check. I can check with a customer now if customer wants a new operating system. Do they have their preferred one or they don't? And if customer will say yes, okay, we will see if I've got this Mac OS here and we can start. If no, or if customer won't reply, we will do part number 2. See you soon. Okay, guys, so end of part 1, and I'll tell you why. So the problem we have is that customer replied, but customer couldn't make a decision. Unfortunately, you know, like, not everyone understands IT stuff and so on, so I gave wide variety. Either get the same hard drive, which is slower technology, or upgrade it to the SSD, but then the size is smaller and the price is higher than versus to the HDD one. So customer couldn't make a decision, which is a natural thing. Many times it's like that. So she will have a consultation with one person, irrelevant who it is. Just will have a conversation and then we'll make a decision. Okay. The decision, obvious decision for me would be to buy at least 500 gigabytes SSD, install it, and if person don't have, you know, like, money and want to save up as much as possible, that would be over 200 gigabyte for sure, and then always can use some other drive, you know, even a hard drive as a backup later on and bigger storage, yes? So that could be done. But I don't want to force customer to make a decision instantly. That's why I said, yes, okay, no problem. Let's leave it till tomorrow. And I've checked, I went into the CLI mode, command line mode. I've checked and I've seen some files over there, some pictures over there and stuff. Of course, in CLI you can't browse these things like preview if you don't have proper software for it. But I mean, I could see the names of the files. So even if somebody started the reinstallation of the operating system, didn't delete, and if deleted partially, not fully. So fingers crossed customer won't lose their stuff, yes? Because if that's the case, then that's great. I've checked as well. We've got an El Capitan here, okay? So that's a good thing, because I don't need to download it again from the internet. I can just look at my Snow Leopard. Here you are. Sierra. Here you are. Oh, where's El Capitan? Should be here as well. Well, if I'll have to, I'll have to. Fingers crossed I don't have to. Because I remember I was downloading El Capitan as well. It is what it is. We can't make good all the time, guys. But if I don't have that's Ubuntu, so that's no. To sum up, we see that there is a boot up process too long than it should be. So poor little device have used the hard drive and the hard drive failed. I'm surprised that that's, you know, like for 12 years. If that's the same hard drive, then good. But it's time for it to be changed. Yes, because have errors. Now, if customer will change it, then this could last still quite a few years. Depend on the technologies how it will progress, because 12-year-old Mac is like 12-year-old Linux. It's on the edge, so you can't play 4K 60 frames per second on it. But you can do some jobs, yes, still. And if that's enough for the customer, hopefully customer don't have to change it for another several years. And then once it will be outdated, then customer will have a choice, yes, but that's what it is. Linux and Windows are completely different, and macOS comes from Unix like Linux. Everything is a file in those operating systems. They don't have typical registry like Windows. Now if you would have, let's say, a notepad, and you would start to write down what you have in your house, yes? Over the years, you know, you would have quite a few of those notepads, and that would take you like time to go through them when you want to check something. With Linux, everything is a file, so everything will always be a file, and that's it. Whereas in Windows, you've got this registry, so you need to go through the registry. So then when you go through the registry, that's taking this extra time to read it, and that's why until the era of the SSD, Windows was just slow, yes? I'm not saying Windows 98 is slow now. You can put it on the newer hardware or emulate Windows 98 with super efficiency. But I'm talking, you know, those days, yes? It's slow, you know. It's Pentium 3 stopped off. Yes, Pentium 3 was the last CPU supporting Windows 98. Then when you wanted XP, you had to have Pentium 4. You had to. That was the beginning. That was the change. Yes. So you know, everything takes its time with development and so on, and everything progressing, and these things and my Linux will be always better on performance on older hardware. Always will be the case, because Windows will always have the registry. So you can compare the registry after a whole year, how much it's growing, yes, and you will understand why. But apart from that, I don't like macOS. I don't like macOS, I like Linux. And that's it, guys. But it's irrelevant what I like, it's matter what I fix. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully to see you in the part 2. If customer will agree to order that or to buy from me some hard drive, it doesn't matter for me, you know. But if customer want to wait and have bigger capacity, I don't mind. We will wait. Yes. But for now, everything. Guys, let's fight for our right to repair, not by fighting, by joining at Inte.Team, and by repairing more. That's the best fight, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.